All right, people, what is up? My name is Cameron, and welcome back. So, I've escaped the stay-at-home order in Houston, and I'm back out here in East Texas, the same place I filmed the bass fishing video, which, if you haven't seen, go check it out. We catch two of our biggest bass ever, 2 PBs in one video, and then I also filmed the crappie video here. And I know these videos don't perform as well as the saltwater ones because a lot of y'all are saltwater fishermen and stuff like that, but I'm trying to make something work during this crazy virus stuff. And yeah, anyways. There's a storm brewing right now. I can't even go fishing today, but hopefully the fishing will turn on tomorrow and for the next week because I'm trying to film some more videos. And I figured today what we're going to do is, because I'm not fishing saltwater, I'm at least going to talk saltwater fishing with y'all. So, very cool video today. We're going to show y'all our top 3 fishing spots with easy access in the Galveston Bay and surrounding areas. So, stay tuned for that. I'm going to get on Google Earth right now, and I'm going to record the screen and show y'all these fishing spots and highlight points and tell y'all what we fish there and, you know, how we fish there, a little bit about it. So stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this. All right, guys. So spot number 1 is going to be the Galveston Island State Park, which lies on the west end of Galveston Island, specifically Lake Como. Now, Lake Como is good all year long, but we prefer to wade it during the winter because it has access to deeper water, which will hold those fish, and there's way less boat traffic, just like every other spot. Specifically, this shoreline right here is easy to get into and is a decent bottom, but you do have to watch out for holes. There are some holes that are 2 inches deep and some holes that are 2 feet deep. So if you're wearing waders, which in the winter you probably are, be very careful for those holes and shuffle your feet. That'll help you from getting caught up by stingrays, and it'll also help you from slipping into these holes. But yeah, so the shoreline of Lake Como is good, and then the channel that runs all the way to Dana Cove is also very good. Another thing to note is that, like I just said, it's a decent hard bottom all around Lake Como. But once you get over here in the highlighted area, that turns into mud. In our last video, if you watched it, we were walking across there. And like I said in the video, we had been walking for like 2 hours through this mud. We walked all the way back here, made a loop around, came all the way, and it was just not very pleasant. So I like to stick to the shoreline of Lake Como, like I said, and the very beginning of this channel has produced best for us. It is $5 to get in the park and, you know, has plenty of access to good water. So make sure to check that one out. And now let's move on to spot number 2. All right. Spot number 2 is going to be the Texas City Dyke. So let's zoom in on that. It lies in between East Bay and West Bay, almost right in the middle, and is a extremely long rock jetty, basically, that goes straight out into the bay and has access to deeper water and shallow water at the beginning, which offers great fishing. So this whole shoreline, let me get the highlighter on Skyline Drive right here, off of Skyline Drive, is a rocks going at the bottom here and is pretty shallow, anywhere from waist to chest deep. I prefer to stay at the waist deep level. And I've caught plenty of reds and specks there during the summer and also pulled a few flounder out, but I do have to say it has a decent amount of stingrays there. Moving on from that, we go up to Mosquito Island, which is this highlighted part right here. This is one of my favorite spots to fish anywhere, not just in Texas City, but out of all of Galveston Bay. I have caught a lot of trout there during the early summer months, April, May, June, and also have been spooled once or twice by some big reds. So it's a ton of fun there. It's a shell bottom, and there is a hole out in this area, but you can feel it getting deeper right here before you go down into the hole, and it's pretty far out there. So just watch out for that. I recommend buying a hook and line wade map, whatever it's called, West Bay and East Bay wade map to look at all these spots, and they will tell you where holes are and depth and what months to fish different areas. So if you don't have one of those, go get it. It'll show you this hole. Anyways, moving on from there, if you haven't seen our black drum video, you should go check that out because the next spot is the end of the Texas City Dyke on the channel side right here, and that is where people post up to catch big black drum, big redfish, and it's very deep water and, you know, easy access. Like I said, these are our top 3 spots with easy access. So you just pull up, hop out, cast out your rod, and just hang out while you wait for that bite, which usually comes pretty quick, especially during these months, you know, February, March, April, which is whenever the black drum are running. And like I just said, go check out our video. You can watch us catch some of those big old drum right here. All right, so another thing I'd like to touch on at the Texas City Dyke is that this whole side on the channel offers great fishing. And, you know, it's always best with live shrimp. I don't really have much luck there on lures myself, but I have caught some pretty big trout there on live shrimp. I think my biggest was 23 inches on that side. And yeah, and you see a lot of people in the evenings at night post up here with their big light shining in the water, and they apparently do pretty good out there. So keep that in mind. That's spot number 2, Texas City Dyke, off of Skyline Drive, off of Mosquito Island, and then all the rocks down the channel side. Go there if you haven't already. Try it out. And it's great because you don't have to get in the water if you don't want to. And it's, right off the rocks is deep water. So the possibilities of catching there are endless. All right, now that we're done with the Texas City Dyke, let's move on to spot number 3, which is a huge area because it is the entire Galveston Island surf. So you have all the area on the seawall and then down all the way to San Luis. If you're going to be waiting, I recommend going off of the seawall just to avoid the crowds and to avoid everyone, and moving down farther towards the west end. Like I just said, all the way from the end of the seawall to San Luis is great wade fishing. And during the summer, you can catch stringers full of trout and reds. But if you don't want to get in the water and you don't want to get wet, the rock jetties on the seawall, let me zoom in on them, are a great alternative. Last summer, I was catching a lot of trout here, just throwing a little silver spoon right off the end of the rock jetties. It was actually my first time to fish them. I'd always overlooked them because you see a lot of people out there, but you don't really see people catching anything that's prized, a lot of catfish, little sharks, stuff like that. But all these jetties everywhere are great, and I recommend fishing these down here farther away from the pleasure pier. But yeah, like I said, little silver spoon works great there during the summer, and also, like always, live shrimp. Another great alternative than the jetties is piers. The good thing about the piers is that they have bathrooms, they have snacks, food, drinks, everything, and they offer access to deeper water, which is always key. So I prefer to fish the Galveston Fishing Pier, which is the one farther down towards the west end, rather than 61st Street Pier, just because it goes farther out. And the main thing you're looking for whenever fishing the surf and all this water is for green or blue water to come as close in as possible, preferably all the way up to the beach, but that's pretty rare. And when that happens, you are likely to catch trout and also jacks, huge jacks, right off the piers, and also a lot of Spanish mackerel. So that's spot number 3. The piers, the jetties, all of the Galveston surf is great. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and feel free to ask us questions about these spots, and we'll get back to you. And, whatever you want to know, what to use there, when to fish it, what we recommend, stuff like that, we're happy to answer them. And then make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And if you are, thank you so much. Until next time, peace.